All right, welcome back, Speed Gaming 5. No, this is not a rerun. We are starting over with a new seed. For those of you that might have missed it, we had a bit of an issue in the previous race. As it turns out, a glitch that we think is new to the new version, the V11 version, managed to stump both our runners. Turns out they picked up a map in the back of Escape, and then when they went to clear the front of Escape, their inventory showed them not having said map. So both runners thought the map, the Dark Cross item, was nothing but a map. Turns out, our crack investigator, Miss Metroid, found out. It turns out the Moon Pearl was there. So, yeah, that was an issue. So we're gonna go ahead and start over again. My name is Tracy M. With me again is 5D100.
Hello,
You
hello.
still doing good?
Still doing fine.
All
I'll
right.
take full blame for what happened previously because it's a bloodline curse. I mean, there's no other way to explain it.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
you can
so
blame
it
yourself, but I don't think it was your fault.
it does look like it was in an older version of A Link to the Past Randomizer, but
Okay.
it probably got patched out and everyone forgot about it. So there's that.
Okay. Still, the best choice was to restart. Both runners agreed to that. Miss Metro and I, as organizers of this tournament, both agreed that restarting or rescheduling was the right thing to do. Both runners agreed to that, so we are going to start over. Fortunately, both have time to do it again tonight instead of having to postpone. And fortunately, I don't have much to do tomorrow, so I'm going to stay up late. I've been staying up late anyway, so rip sleep, but that's okay.
I just figure I'll just drink a bunch of Mountain Dew and call it good.
There you go. That sounds like a good plan. Um, we did see some interesting plays. I'm a little sad. We were talking about this before coming back on the air. Azure made a really brilliant play. He had missed the speed booster at Spiral Cave, but Mirror was in the speed booster location at Main Street. And so what he did is he went and got a spark suit from Dragon and carried it all the way through the game, checked all the speed booster locations, got his mirror, and basically evened up the match because of it. But then, weird stuff happens, and yeah, we're starting over. So of course, just like before, we're gonna go straight into Link to the Past.
Kind of excited to see what we have this time.
We got a blue cane on Lake Hylia Island. That's one of those interesting items that might have to go out of their way to pick up, maybe. It could give them access to Spike Cave, but probably not going to worry about it right now.
I mean,
This
other
time,
than Spike Cave, there's nothing really much else.
yeah, I mean, it helps in the blind fight if you're not good at the blind fight. I don't know how good Blandation is at that, since we didn't get to Dark World, so we didn't get to see any blind fighting. Azure, I know, doesn't have any need of a safety like that, so we do see this time only Blandation going to the Uncle spot, and I think I know why. Azure picked up bombs in Link's house and doesn't need, and he likes to make sure he has bombs going into Kakarot. You'll notice he's not going to do a tree pull. He's not going to do the lumberjack check, so he's just going to take those bombs into Kakariko and start from there. He's going to check the Lost Woods. Blandation finding bombs. Bombs, ironically, a luxury item in Super Metroid Randomizer because we get power bombs so early. Something that's absolutely needed 100% for normal Super Metroid, but here, just a luxury item.
Well, either way, I'm sure it definitely helps when trying to get to bombable areas.
Yeah, absolutely. It allows them to not have to worry about his power bomb count. It also gives a can fly, so there's certain items that you can't get to without some sort of what we call can fly. Usually that refers to bombs and or space jump. Some of those locations are also accessible by speed booster. On occasion, like the worst room of the game, you can have high jump boots and get up there. Okay, looks like we will get some of those early checks from Blandation. And Bush Crab has for us this time hearts, which is useless. And Lumberjack has Just missiles. Okay, Azder and Blind's Hut. Piece of heart. Bomb upgrade. Rupees. And not enough. And more rupees. This time enough, at least to buy bombs. Meanwhile, Blandation gonna check the Lost Woods and get his super missile. I forget what was on the other location, but nothing earth-shattering for sure. And now we're gonna see the well. Super missiles. Missiles. Bomb upgrade. Bottle. And flute. Okay, so the 2 items you most want to have going into Kakariko, we have. We're going to early flute again. This time we'll get to check the sick kid in our first trip through Kakariko Village, which is always really nice. And just enough money to pay the bottle lender for 10 arrows. I didn't see the map check, but it does look like somebody did do a map check, and we have crystals on Eastern and Tower of Hera, and a red crystal on Desert Palace. Shoutouts to our new tracker, Razorflame, for pushing the buttons behind the scenes, doing the hard work. And it must have been Blandation checking that map, because Azure just checked his now. And Sick Kid gives us missiles. Well, that was anticlimactic. And gloves. Okay, so we do get something out of this. So mostly the flute and the glove are items that are of worth. I think Azure was thinking of buying bombs, but he doesn't have enough money to do so. He's gonna check. Oh, he hasn't checked the chicken hut, so we'll do that now. And just an E-tank.
Those are always nice to get early game, but later on, these runners don't need them.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like a lot of the early stuff, the E-tanks, the missiles, super missiles, power bombs, on Link to the Past side, the regular bombs. There's things you want to get early, and then a few minutes in, yeah, you don't really want them anymore.
Things you want to get early and then never again.
Exactly. Okay, I think that was just arrows there on the
All
library,
right,
so
for
we're
the
not going to come back to
national
that.
anthem. You may be seated.
Okay, and on the race game today, we have regular bombs. Ironically, that actually wouldn't have been a bad play for him to pick those up, just because he only has 3 of them. It's really not enough to do. It's actually not enough to do mini Molder and Cam. This is why Azure decides to flute over to Sarasula.
Let's see what Sriracha has today.
A reserve tank. A hook shot is nice, and 50 rupees. All right, so that's probably will send Azure up to Death Mountain, since he can do all of the east side. And hopefully this time he decides to continue on as far as Spiral Cave. Although, to be fair, the last one, he got his Morph Ball, and that really incentivized him to just leave. But it looks like he's got other... Oh, he's going to do Back of Escape first. Totally like this call.
Looks
And
like
this
he's not
time...
going to let that bite him again.
Yeah, and hopefully this time we'll take note of any maps they were picked up. Power bombs, bombs, and missiles. Power bombs are actually a good find, because you want to get some of those early on before you actually go into Super Metroid. So that's at least 1 power bomb pack for them. Looks like Blandation also going to check the Back of Escape. As you're gonna flute to where's he gonna flute? Okay, gonna do the dam. Gets a container heart, does a nice hook shot clip.
Those always save plenty of time because you don't have to
Yeah,
run out and run
I mean
back in.
it's seconds, but you know every second can count, so it's always nice to not have to double dip into that area. Probably not gonna pick up those missiles, not this early. There are always plenty of regular missiles in this game. Okay, looks like Azur's gonna go for the mini Moldorm cave. He's got exactly enough to do this. He's gonna have to double hit with one of those bombs. Oh wait, never mind. He's got a hook shot. This is fine. Hook shot making quick work of the mini Moldorms. Yeah, and unfortunately, you see Blandation having to go back in, and we already have 10 power bombs on Azur's side, which I really like because he went a long time with just 5 power bombs in the previous seed. We do see a Spazer beam.
That's early damage, and that's always nice to have.
Okay, and now as you're gonna flute, oh, looks like they're both gonna check Ice Rod Cave. Again, want to avoid these crabs. Again, they do 2 hearts of damage on green male. Okay, as you're gonna take a peek over at Desert, sees a power bomb pack on the ledge. And it looks like Blandation's gonna take that trip to Sarasala, so he'll be able to get that hook shot. Oh wait, no. Is not gonna. Oh, he's yeah. You can't buy bombs with 2 rupees.
I think we've all been there.
Oh, and powder. That's an interesting find. Again, the nice fetch quest item, the one that actually has other uses. Okay, as you're gonna take the flute all the way to 1, looks like he's gonna. Is he gonna? No, he's not gonna rescue the old man right away. Makes sense in some. Yeah, I mean, hookshot's not a bad item to use to get there. But he does only have 4 hearts. Looks like he's going to take a trip into Super Metroid. And we already have 25, 15, 15 in ammo. And 2 E-tanks. And high jump boots. Oh, darn. As you're not getting the kill on the Nova is going to have to wait until that Nova comes all the way back around. I think he maybe forgot about turning on that Spazer. I think he would have hit it with that Spazer beam on.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
that's
that gray
exactly what
door.
happened.
Yeah, that gray door is not going to turn blue until that Nova is dead. And he doesn't want to lose those high jump boots, so... And if he reset at this point, it would take him back to the ship. So it would be quite a bit to get back here. Okay, there we go. Door's open. Gonna check the croc item. Meanwhile, Blandation with that hook shot is gonna go ahead and do his mini Moldorm check. And we see a E-tank at Croc Escape that we don't really care about. And Asher's gonna head right back into Link to the Past.
Of course, that begs the question, is Bland going to go ahead and check East Death Mountain?
Oh, I would assume so. You get that hook shot. There's 7 items in Paradox Cave, plus the 1 item in Spiral Cave. And there's a charge beam on Spectacle Rock the runners can't get right now. Don't really need it yet. And a power bomb pack inside Spectacle Rock Cave. We're not going to pick that up. We've already got 15 of them. And Blandation decides he's going to go ahead and rescue the old man right away with that hook shot. Okay, first look at Paradox Cave. Fortunately, we don't need any more bombs for at least a little bit. As Azure uses his last one. Gets a bomb capacity upgrade. That really doesn't help much right now, considering that it doesn't actually give you actual bombs. Oh, he's got nothing to flip the switch with in the next room, so he's actually going to leave this. That's rather unfortunate. Looks like he's going to head over, buy some bombs, and then go back. I didn't see what the old man had. Oh, just some supers. Thank you, D-Web. Thank you in chat. Of course, it doesn't really matter. Azure was going to get those eventually anyway. You're not going to go the entire game without rescuing the old man. That's pretty rare. Blandation's going to have to be careful. Just down to 1 heart. Actually, he should be fine. He's past the boulders.
I guess you could say that was a bolder move.
I'll just ignore that.
No, I'm not sorry. No, I'm not sorry.
I didn't say you had to be. I'm just saying I'll ignore it. Okay, now we're going to get the proper Paradox Cave check. Yeah, unfortunately, that hookshot will not hit the switch through that rock. So he needs some other device, and none of the things he has would do it. So he's going to have to use these bombs.
You can always gamble on a bomb drop, but is that always wise? Is the question.
So far, we haven't gotten anything out of here. I think I saw an E-tank and a piece of heart and missiles and 100 rupees. So this time, I fully expect Azure will do the play over to Spiral Cave because he's not being distracted by other progression items. And falls on the bomb jump. This is one of those bomb jumps that's kind of funny. It's a relatively easy bomb jump to set up. But if you're lazy about it, it's also very easy to fall. So he's just gonna go back to this cave here and just go straight up this way.
Easiest way to do it.
Yeah, it's probably not that much slower than actually going up the stairs and trying the bomb jump again. And if you fall a second time, that would definitely be slower to do that. Looks like Blandation not even gonna try the bomb jump. I didn't see if he did it the first time. Supers on the floating island, we don't care about. Well, I mean, we might care about those, but for now, we don't care about those. Definitely not something you're gonna make a beeline up here for. Yeah, and yeah, turns out, yeah, you're right, Blandation without bombs. So, of course, kind of hard to bomb jump, as chat says, without them. Just 20 rupees this time on Spiral Cave, so not that speed booster that we saw in Game 1. As you're going to pull out his flute and go to the next spot. Looks like he'll head to the escape. We know there's nothing at the Uncle. We do not know what's at the front of escape. And gets his bombs. And knee tank. Yeah. This time I'm pretty certain it was not a map in the back of Escape. We are going to see the front of Escape here. It's like Blandation may be going over and making an Eastern Palace play. Or no, he's going to go buy bombs. This time he has enough money to do it, so... As you're making nice work of the bombs combined with the hook shot. Because we can freeze the soldiers and then bomb them. Meanwhile, Blandation gonna check out Agina's cave, which we know is nothing. Oh, was it the powder? Okay, then yeah, then it was something. Yep, you're right. It was the powder. I think it was nothing last time. Forgive me for mixing up my seeds. And there's the map. So we know there's an item at Dark Cross. Or actually, it could be the key. Actually, you know what? Is it the key? Let me see. No, it's not the key. The key was already picked up. So there is an item on Dark Cross this time. And the runners will know it. Blandation, meanwhile, is going to go pick up his high jump boots.
That's an interesting tactic. Hitting the can't remember what it's called. The crawler with a super missile to actually get it to fall down, giving you more time to hit it.
Yeah, he got it to fall down the other way. I've actually not seen that before.
Zoomer.
No, actually, it's not.
No.
The disagreement is whether it's a Nova or a Sova. Different resources have different answers to that. Okay, looks like Azure decided not to go to Dark Cross. We don't have a lamp yet. He doesn't have a great item to go. I mean, the hookshot is not bad for that. Looks like Azure's going to check out Eastern. Blandation is going to go into Super Metroid and check the 2 items that he can get to, only one of which is actually in logic. Oh, right. They do have high jump boots, so 2 items in logic. I tend not to think of it that way just because it's so easy to get to in general. And in Super Metroid Randomizer by itself, then that doesn't need high jump boots to be in logic. Also, same thing with hard mode.
Ooh, a cane. That's always nice.
Yep. Not really the progression they're looking for right now. The cane doesn't open anything up at the moment. It's certainly a nice item to have.
I figure it's better to have it than to not, because with that you can check a lot more things a lot easier.
I mean, there's certain things that'll speed up, like oh, there's a hammer, so that's a nice find. That doesn't really oh, it opens up Magic Bat, so we'll see. There might be something good on Magic Bat now that that's there. And does open up Hera. And this time Hera being a crystal. Oh, a nice plasma beam on Azure's side. In some sense, that's a good news, bad news thing if you're a runner checking that location. The good news is, hey, look, I got items that do stuff. The bad news is, I can't just reset back to the ship. So Azur's going to full clear Eastern Palace and probably going to head over to Super Metroid after this because I don't believe there's a whole lot else he can do at the moment. Blandation having a little bit of trouble getting up that climb. To be fair, it is one of the more difficult rooms to optimize in the game. Not likely going to kill you, especially with 4 E-tanks. Okay, Azure finds that map, saves and continues. I do believe there may be an item on Armos Knights. And it looks like he's going to head and check those 2 Brinstar locations, and he'll get his hammer and his cane as well. Yeah, the big key item there was the hammer. If it had just been the cane, the runners would have gotten there later when they do a regular Brinstar clear. But the hammer is obviously the progression that they're wanting. It's going to take them to the next spot. I don't like this choice from Blandation, though. He's going to go do the front of escape before following that hammer. I like to, you get an item that's progression. Follow it. I'd like to see that instead. And as you're having already done back of escape, we'll have an easier decision to just go ahead and follow that hammer. Especially with Hera being a crystal dungeon this time. You want to get those crystal dungeons done. And that space are already becoming obsolete. Yeah, perhaps it's, item density, as chat points out, is a thing. But Hera is a crystal. You have to do it anyway. If it had been a pendant, I probably would agree, go to escape first, definitely because of that higher item density. But you might never have to go to do escape at all, whereas you will at some point have to do Hera. And Azure gets his hammer. Also can't... also not going to be able to reset this. But I do believe that was his last location that he could check, so he knew that. Be interested to see if Blandation decides to check the Dark Cross area. Looks like he is. He's gonna go ahead and set up that Death Warp. Not the greatest set of items for Dark Runes, but that hook shot does kill the enemies in one shot that he's gonna go against, so it shouldn't be too bad. As you're going through the wrong door to go back to Link to the Past. He's gonna flute to 1. We'll see if he goes ahead. He's gonna go ahead. Looks like he's gonna rescue the old man this time. And of course, the fun part about these dark rooms is we may not actually be able to see what the item is. Most of the Super Metroid items do not show up, and there's a handful of Link to the Past items as well that don't show up. As you're using the block to get through the blocks from the Cane to Mario to get through that dark room. And we got something. A lot of times when that happens, you'll see runners will start checking their inventory to see if they got something. A couple of Link to the Past items that will not show up in the dark include mitts, and in fact, that is what he got. He just got mitts there in Dark Cross. Sequence broken mitts. That's one of the items that does not show up in Dark Cross. So that's not great news for Azder, as he's orphaned that location. He knows he's orphaned that location, so hopefully he gets back to there later. And of course, the question is, does Blandation even know that he has those mitts? Because I know from experience that it's very easy to not realize what you got when you get something there. And both runners going to head over to Hera at the same time. Okay, we find a big key in the basement.
Question is, are we gonna see a clip?
We do see a sword, at least. Okay, looks like Blandation is going to do a vanilla way of checking the big chest by falling down the hole. I suspect Azure will do a bomb jump here. It's only a 2-pixel window here, so I think he's gonna. Okay, didn't think he was on the right pixel, so he's gonna try again. It is a 2-floor fall if you mess that up, and it is the other item. But you can see by doing that bomb jump, he's already caught up quite a bit. And we have Blandation going into his Moldorm fight with 4 hearts, Azure with 1.5. You do have a hammer to do this with.
Of course, hammer Moldorm is never a fun time.
Nah, it's actually pretty easy. I mean, I'd much rather use a hammer than any. But like if I had a temper sword or a gold sword, that'd be better. But master sword, you want to do spins, or else you risk enraging Moldorm. And with fighter sword, it's just a pain in the butt. And Azure finishes up his Moldorm first. Right, first textbook done. Blandation, I think, fell at one point. So you gotta be careful with those sword pokes. That's gonna do less damage and is more likely to get Moldorm into that enraged phase. Okay, as you're heading over back to Kakariko, he's gonna turn in that powder. Yeah, we saw both items. There are 2 items in here. We saw the sword and we saw the rupees. The magic bat has for us the morph ball. Ooh, nice. Blandation, meanwhile, is going to head over to Eastern. So good news, bad news for Azure. It's going to keep him further away from that dark cross check, but really still not in logic. So not that big a deal at the moment. And to answer the question, chat, about hell runs, this is normal mode, so we won't be seeing any hell runs today. Okay, Azure's going to try this again and head over to Norfair. Probably going to go ahead and kill Kraid. 3 hearts, green mail. This is still a very dangerous area. Those bolters will do 1 heart of damage. As you're going to first start out with the high jump boost location. This is really smart because this is one of those locations it's easy to forget that you haven't done. Oh, a magic cape. We're going to see a lamp pretty soon. Those mitts are behind the lamp. And this could be, we are looking at another potential Aga seed. And this time for real, as opposed to the last one. Although, again, we do have hammer and gloves, so probably not. It would be, again, that niche Moon Pro on Pyramid Ledge. Would be a little ironic if that actually happened after what we saw the last race that didn't quite get played. As you're going to do some Ice Beam Hell runs. These are not in logic, but they are pretty easy Hell runs. And you see he took a save in order to reset if and when these are not useful items. Okay, as you're seeing an Ice Rod there, that's not an item he needs right now. Potentially not an item he needs. Oh, he is going to go ahead and try and get it. This is a very difficult item to get in this situation, but it looks like he got it. Doing some nice wall jumps. Jumps off the crumble balls. Beautifully done. That is not easy. Like, he made it look easy. That is really hard to do. And while we're at it, we're going to check the Ice Beam as well. There's plenty of energy for this. Even has a Crystal Flash if he needs it. And just a single rupee at Ice Beam. As you're going for, it looks like he got the nice Ice Escape Mock Ball. Another difficult strat. And he is going to head up and kill Kraid. Meanwhile, Blandation going to find out that Eastern has nothing for him. Except a crystal that he can't get because he doesn't have a bow. Okay, and we're gonna see here. What is Blandation doing? Oh, looks like he's gonna go for the Houlihan play so he can get some Zora money. Not really a fan of this at the moment. He's got a check to do. Maybe he's forgotten about that powder, I don't know. There's a lot of other things he can do before Zora really becomes a factor at this point. This isn't even going to quite get him up to that rupee amount that he wants. Kraid, on the other hand, is hiding arrows. And Blandation going to do a little bit of farming here. There are 50 rupees in this cave. He's actually going to have to go in here 3 times to get enough because he's just short. Two farms of this is going to get him just 3 rupees short, though he may choose to farm those elsewhere. And this is, you know, when you're playing against someone that you know has an execution advantage in both games, taking the time to do this farm to get Zora when there are other locations available to you is quite a waste of time. If this doesn't pay out, this is going to be a huge time sink that doesn't get him anything. And the worst part is he doesn't have the ability right now to do any of the other checks because he doesn't have a Moon Pearl to glitch into the or Pegasus boots to allow him to glitch into the Waterfall Fairy Cave. And we see a grapple beam. That'll allow Azure to check X-ray if he's assuming he's heading up Bubble Mountain. Or sorry, up Red Tower.
Of course, it also gives an easier time killing Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to kill Dragon. By the time Azure gets there, he'll probably have other ways as well. He's got Plasma Beam, so he could get if he gets X-ray and Charge, we know where Charge is, before he kills Dragon. He'll have the nice microwave, and he'll do that instead. But it's nice to have choices. And let's see what we have at X-ray, and just 20 rupees at Zora. So that's a huge time sink that Blandation is just not going to get back. I mean, he's trying to make a play here, and that location is in logic because he has gloves and in fact has mitts. But it's just such a time sink for one item.
I mean, I don't think there's any items at this point that would have made it worth it to go all the way up there and farm.
Yeah, I feel like it'd have to be like a big ticket item like a Moon Pearl or even like a Fire Rod or something. Unfortunately, 20 rupees definitely not the thing he was looking for. Okay, now Blandation's gonna get that morph ball. Oh, and a bow for Azure. So that'll allow him to finish up Eastern Palace. And Blandation gonna head back to Link to the Past, and a Book of Mudora opening up Desert for us. Of course, without a fire source, we can't finish Desert. And Blandation gonna start his Super Metroid search in the criteria area. Finds a reserve tank at 230 missiles. I called that because in 100% runs in Super Metroid, it is the last missile pack that most runners typically pick up. Azure's gonna take that grapple beam over to the wreck ship. And Blandation, remembering he has that plasma beam to turn on. When runners pick up the plasma or the spacer beam in Link to the Past, the game will not turn it on for them. That's because you cannot have, if you have both beams on at the same time, it will crash your game. So we just mitigate that by not having them turn on. Meanwhile, Blandation has to fight Bomb Chorizo because, well, we have bombs. Of course, we can check this one item before the Bantoon fight. And it's just a single arrow, so we're not going to pick that up.
His run is invalidated. He is disqualified.
No. No, he wins for not picking it up. No, just kidding. Because Blandation won't pick it up either, I suspect. Okay, Blandation can do some bomb jumps to check the criteria supers. Or criteria power bomb, sorry. Having a little trouble getting that bomb jump started, though. Needs to wait a little bit longer to lay the... Okay, there you go. You got it now. Wasn't quite waiting long enough on that first bound wave. Okay, nice first round for azder. Unfortunately, it was a slow pattern. And just missiles that criteria power bombs. And azder making very quick work with Fantoon. Very nicely done.
Excellent execution.
Blandation gonna go ahead and check the gauntlet. Okay, with 15 power bombs, it shouldn't be a problem. So far, 20 rupees for azder and wreck ship. Blandation gonna skip over those 20 rupees. azder this time gonna save before he does spiky room of death. Last time he didn't because he had space jump and gravity suit. This time he has really nothing. Actually, this item, oh no, he's got high jump boots to get up there, but it's a very dangerous portion. So, you know, if there's nothing there, he wants to have the opportunity to reset. It's not going to be super fast like it was the last time. And back at Gauntlet has Quake and an E-Tank. That Quake may or may not be needed. The E-Tank, just a nice find. As you can see, Blandation was down to like 1+ energy tank. azder got to be a little more careful in this spiky room of death. It's called that for a reason. And just a single rupee at the Terminator item. And just supers. And azder's gonna reset, no surprise. So far hasn't found anything in the wreck ship. I think it's a little more likely he's gonna keep going and check the top. Yep, he is gonna keep going. Blandation not getting the jump in to get the mock ball. He's gonna try again. And gets a second try. We see a piece of heart under the bridge. And the back of the reserve area, just a couple of 20s and a missile.
Not much. And azder finding a master sword. So that's a good find. He now knows he doesn't have to worry about getting another sword. Now, obviously, he'd like to have more than just a master sword, but doesn't need it. And a vanilla E-Tank at the down by the Edicoons. And a bug net. Gotta get that sweat net.
I would have skipped it. Okay, we're gonna see this item. This time azder's gonna check it from here. Just rupees, so he doesn't have to worry about leaving it behind. Yeah, chat pointing out that with the non-pre-filled bottles, there's a little more use in the bug net. More likely going to want to use it because you're not going to get those free fairies, but it's probably still not something I would pick up. Okay, we're going to have to do this the slow way. Actually, looks like Azur's going to do a spring ball jump up onto the tripper here. Doesn't quite get it. Just going to follow it. He's looking like he's trying to jump up onto it. I think he can get it from this platform here. Gets on the higher one. Very nicely done. Oh, and there's the moon pearl. Hallelujah, we have a moon pearl.
Aga is dead, everyone. Aga is dead.
No, Aga's alive. We're not gonna kill him.
It's Schrodinger's Aga.
It's like I like to say that when I do Link to the Past only, I do the same thing to my co-com. So.
It's Schrodinger's Agamem. He is both alive and dead until we see him.
There you go. That's fair. Okay, Blandation into Big Pink. We haven't seen anything in this area yet. But so far, not a whole lot in this Brinstar cleanup. So maybe Big Pink has something for us. Okay, Blandation getting that right spot on the second try. And yeah, we not much of a wreck ship in terms of numbers, but that Moon Pro is huge, so good thing Azure did not decide not to duck out. And if he had found something interesting in the previous part of wreck ship, he might have. Decides that those worker robots are too much of a pain to get out of the way to pick up that container heart. And runs right into the 20 rupees. So now Azure has quite a few options. He could go straight to the Dark World with those. He's got Hammer, Hammer and Glove, and Moon Pearl. And the one concern is it might be a while before he gets to that Dark Cross item. Without a lamp, he's perfectly capable of doing that dark room, but right now, it just may not be a priority. It's still not actually in logic. Looks like Azure can do the bomb jumps up here to get the criteria power bombs item, doing a very nice job with double bomb jumps.
Would be ironic if the same thing that happened last time happened this time, where he chooses not to go for that item, and it comes back to bite him.
Well, I mean, it might be a while before he gets there. The myths gate quite a bit, but he didn't go there this time because he didn't feel like doing the dark rooms early. So this time he knows. We saw the map in the front of his game, so even when he hits his menu, he will see that the map is there, and he will know that there's an item left behind. So interesting that we have an important item there twice in a row, for sure. And still nothing that I can recall seeing in this Blue Bryn cleanup, in this Brinstar cleanup. Looks like Azure can do at least some of the Brinstar checks. Gonna go ahead and do Bomb Chorizo.
Unfortunately, due to him having bombs, he will have to fight the boss.
He's got supers. This will take 2 shots.
That's true.
Yeah, actually, it was interesting when I think Blandation tried doing it with Plasma Beam, and that's just not as effective as just firing 2 supers. Actually, Azure doing a Plasma Shot and a super, like, yeah, Bomb Chorizo never knew what hit him. And nothing in Billy Mays. Yeah, that's right. We did find a Quake and Gauntlet. That it could be a thing. Like we always say with those medallions, you never know for sure whether those are going to be useful until you get to check those dungeons. Azure decides to pick up that reserve tank, or maybe he just face planted and stopped himself from time. And of course, without Speed Booster, we are going to orphan both the waterway check, and the criteria super check. Azure, having checked those two locations, is going to head back into Link of the Past. And probably going to make his way into the Dark World from the portal down here in the south. And we see a mushroom under Old Mother Brain.
That could be.
Could be something. Could be nothing. We don't know. It's a fetch quest. Okay, let's see what Hype Cave has for us today. Not a great start with just a 20 rupees.
You mean the cave formerly known as Hype?
No, it's still Hype Cave. Oh, a tempered sword. And flippers! And the lamp! That's a Hype Cave. But what I still call it Hype Cave no matter what, because hype is about beforehand. It's not about what's actually in a thing. There's been plenty of Super Bowls that have been quote unquote hype, and then they happen and they're blowouts and not interesting.
Oh, are you talking about the halftime show where they should have played Sweet Victory?
Well, yeah, there were a lot of those when I was growing up. Okay, looks like Azure is going to take his items to Pod. He has everything he needs to clear this in logic now that he's got the lamp. So the question becomes, how long is it going to take for Blandation to go to the wrecked ship? How long is it going to take Azure to get to Dark Cross? He's got that lamp now, so he might get there sooner. Later, whereas Blandation looks like he's going to head over and do some of this fair cleanup. Probably going to kill Crave while he's in this area. And if Azure can avoid the Brinstar cleanup, that's going to save him a ton of time. As we know, there was nothing there except that Quake in the criteria area at Gauntlet. And of course, the lamp also important because it does give us a fire source since we have not found the fire rod. So he'll be able to do desert as well if he wants to. So it might be a while before he gets to those myths, but on the other hand, those myths gate a lot of things that might be unnecessary checks. A myths go mode is really nice. Yeah, unfortunately, where we see our tracker Razor Flame and already calling TR for a pendant, which, you know, makes sense because we already have an ice rod. But we have not seen a map check yet.
So it may be, but it may not be.
Yeah, so the ice rod was in Crumble Tower. Azure found the book. I forget where, but he does have it. Desert can absolutely be boost locked. So yeah, that's a good point. He might be able to full clear desert. I think that's the third reserve tank we've seen, at least. And of course, Palace of Darkness always much harder to route when you don't have Miracle. Blandation into his crate fight. Gets the quick kill this time, very nice.
Very nice execution.
Besides, he doesn't want those arrows either. As you're picking up a small key there. He's gonna grab a lot of these rupees so that he can eventually get to Zora money.
Unfortunately, he's going to be a little bit disappointed by what he finds.
Yeah, but at least with the flippers, he'll be able to do all the checks in the area. So we don't know. There could be something at Waterfall Ferry. But yeah, the Zora item itself, yeah, nothing good there. Okay, Asher's gonna go ahead, it looks like, and is he gonna go finish this dungeon before... No, he's gonna just go this way to get to the, Okay, so I think he's gonna do a hammer jump. He could do what's called the hammer jump here. A little bomb jump is gonna get him over to that big key chest, or big chest, not the big key chest. That'll save him the key. Looks like he doesn't quite get it the first time, he can try it again. And the amount of hearts here doesn't really matter, because he's probably gonna death warp out of here anyway. Because that way he can save that small key. And there's a fire rod. Nice. Does grab that 8 bomb jump. That's not a bad idea. And then picks up bombs. Of course, with bomb capacity upgrades. Yep, see, that's a death warp. And we're going to start at the beginning of the dungeon. Okay, he can't... Okay, let's see if he gets... Okay, he's getting a small key here, so now he can go ahead and complete the dungeon. I'm not sure if he's left anything behind. Blandation, meanwhile, gonna go ahead and do this X-ray check. Hits the switch. Kills the turtles, and he'll head over to his Helmosaur fight. The 17 hammer hits on the mask. Two spins with the temper sword, or 2 spins and 2 slashes, or 1 spin and 2 slashes. And Helmosaur is down, and that is our second crystal. Oh, to answer the question, how does the music tell you something's a crystal? So the music in that dungeon is the music that the vanilla game uses for the Dark World. And anytime you hear that music, it will be a crystal. If you hear the music from the Light World, it will be a pendant. Okay, getting a full-on map check, we see a pendant at Hera. I think I saw pendant at Swamp. I'm not sure. Mire and Swamp. Okay, there's one more pendant. I don't know this because and a green pendant Thieves Town. Ugh. My question: did he leave an item in there? I'm not 100% sure if he got all the items in there. Okay, unfortunately, without a mirror, this is a little unfortunate. No mirror, he can't go ahead and mirror into the dark cross item. He's gonna check the pyramid ledge here, unless this is the mirror. And Blandation gonna make the wreck ship play, and just rupees. And with Swamp Palace being a pendant, then we might not even get the mirror. Azure is going to go ahead and check Catfish. This is one of those out of the way one-off checks. And just super missiles. So yeah, to the question about Dark Palace, there are always at least 4 keys in the front. We saw at least one item, possibly. I think we saw one item and the big key in the front, which means those other 2 chests have to be small keys. So there's a good chance that he did not leave anything in the Dark Palace. My guess is he probably would have gone back and checked those locations if they were items. Okay, Asher making a long trek over towards the village of Outcasts.
Meanwhile, Bland is starting his fight with Phantom.
Yeah, this is not as safe a fight as the last time. Last time he had Gravity Suit and 4 E-Tanks. This time he has Power Suit and 4 E-Tanks. Still enough to get through it. I think I saw rupees on the bumper ledge, so definitely not going to come back. Definitely not going to get those. And we do already have the cape if we wanted to get them. And it looks like Azur's going to head over towards Skull Woods. With this item set, this is a really good choice. Tempered Sword is really nice on Mothula. He has the Fire Rod to full clear it. We get 10 arrows in the first chest. Oh, and Blandation fired a super too early. He's going to have to be careful here. He can get through this fight. The way he's wall jumping is not bad. You want to jump on each side. He also has reserves. I don't know how much he has. Okay, he's through it. He is going to go ahead and pop that reserve. And he's got 200 in his reserve, so he should be fine. And I do believe Phantoon is probably 1 missile short. Could be just 1. Certainly 1 super short. As you're getting a small key in that back chest, probably going to go ahead and go to the back and finish out the dungeon. And if there's an item left in the front, we'll come back for it.
1 missile.
Yep, that's usually what happens when you fire that super too early. Azure has enough keys to get all the way through this, does not bother killing the mummy statue, killing the mummy. Alright, makes very quick work of Mothula with that tempered sword. Just gets a map for his trouble, so he is going to have to go back in to check the other items. To answer the question, chat, yes, SM progression can be on PED. Okay, we're going to check this chest first. And we get a big key. As you're just going to death warp out. Pretty easy to do with only 6 hearts and green mail. As you're going to make his way back to the front of Skullwoods. And he's not going to... Oh, he can check the big chest here. But he's not going to be able to go to the left because he doesn't have a small key because he didn't grab the one for the mummy. But he does get the second item, so it's irrelevant. He's done with Skullwoods. Nothing here. But the crystal. And Azure does have a 3-to-1 crystal lead. And is going to check Village for Outcasts. May or may not choose to do Thieves Town. It is a pendant, but it is the green pendant, so that would provide 5 checks. Probably will at least do the front checks. Finds a space jump, which is really nice.
Certainly not needed, but definitely helpful.
Yeah, it might be logically required, but yeah, for a player like Azure, he definitely does not need the space jump. And Blandation about to get his Moon Pro. Oh, doesn't make the jump. That jump, found out recently, you can actually make that jump from the lower tripper, even without high jump boots. Blandation going to try and get it with bomb jumps. This is actually a pretty tricky strat. What he'll want to do is lay a power bomb at the right time and switch back to regular bombs. And just a small shield at the chess game. Yeah, because when you lay a regular bomb, the item appears, but it's very difficult to actually pick it up. Okay, as you're going to go into Thieves Town. We'll see if he does the whole thing, if he just decides to check the front 4. Front 4 guaranteed to... Well, really not guaranteed anything. There are 4 dungeon items and 4 regular items. So far, we see a regular an item. I mean, it's a missile, so... But guaranteed that one of the items in the front 4 will be a big key, so at best we'll find 3 items here. Do find the small key. Okay, now Blandation picks up his Moon Pro. He'll have Dark World access. We'll probably pick up that Spring Ball as well. And there's that big key. And a 2-item front of Thieves Town. It looks like Azure is going to continue.
Not sure if he'll go all the way through, but
no, if he wasn't gonna go all the way through, he would have death warped already. You don't check the back of Thieves Town unless you intend on clearing it. Blandation's gonna have to be careful here. Those spikes do 60 damage. If he falls down a couple more times, he's not gonna make it through. Okay, he's okay now. Two hits to spare. As you're gonna pull out that powder. Make good use of it by powdering that anti-fairy. As you're also going to have to be careful of these crickets, they will do 2 hearts of damage as well. Finds a super pack, so that's 3 items now. Okay, and Blandation leaving Rex Ship probably will head back to Link to the Past and start his Dark World checks. And just a compass in the Maiden's chest. So could be in the big chest or could be on blind. And the item is in the big chest. So far we found nothing in Thieves Town. But we do essentially have one more check to go, as we are going to get the green pendant here. Alright, makes quick work of blind, following the script. Gets that green pendant, and we'll move on. Okay, Ash, you're gonna head south and do some of these other Dark World checks. Okay, we were pot is the other 5-6 crystal. And finds a speed booster. 2 digs and you're done. He's got one more check he can do right now. He's going to go ahead and check Stumpy. Gets a Bombos medallion, and it's going to save and quit. And headed back to Link's house. And going to go ahead and flute somewhere. Looks like he's gonna go ahead and finish up Eastern. He's in a situation right now where he's got Dark Cross, he's got all Brinstar to check. Hell Run's available to him, though not in Logic. That spaceship, of course, we saw in the last race, that spaceship making those Hell Runs pretty cozy. but doesn't have any suits. So it may very well be he might end up full clearing Brinstar and then heading over to Dark Frost, but you know, he's gonna get there eventually. Now, right now we know there's nothing in Brinstar except that Quake, in the Brinstar criteria cleanup, except that Quake medallion, which only would open up a dungeon. I do think there's an item here too. Meanwhile, Blandation doing his pod play. Yeah, and you know, we'd asked earlier about whether Azure had left anything behind in here. We do see that the first chest was the big key. I do know there was a reserve tank, also in the front 6, which means those front 2 chests that Azure never checked have to be small keys. Azure was able to save one of those small keys by bomb jumping over to the big chest, and so we know he's full cleared that. Azure going to show us a different quick kill on the Armos Knights. And just gets an E-tank for his trouble. Okay, so the answer to the question in chat, where was Bo? Bo was in Crumble Tower over in Super Metroid, so this is actually not in logic. Blandation doesn't have the bow. Looks like he's gonna go for a mimic clip. Oh no, he does have the bow. I did not see him ever get that. Oh, it was the ice rod was in Crumble. God damn. Okay, so Bo was someplace I'm not thinking of right now.
I'd tell you, but my brain is a bit fried from today, so I do apologize.
Okay, behind Alpha Fuse. Thanks, Niterific. And unfortunately, that green pendant had nothing, so... Okay, As you're gonna go ahead and check Desert now. May or may not be able to clear this since we don't have boots. As you're going to check this middle chest, this will tell us. It is a big key, so we are not yet boots locked. And we are completely not boots locked because of that compass. So we might not find boots. We might not find mirror, and we might not find boots. And Blandation, not knowing his key logic quite as well, is checking that chest, and we do see it is indeed a key. On the other hand, he might not be able to do the hammer jump, so he might need that key. We'll see if he checks the big key, the vanilla big key chest. Okay, looks like he's gonna skip that, so that means he should know that key logic. Map. There will be an item here. We've seen a map and a compass. Oh no, it's gonna. Yep, and there it is. There's an item. Okay. Blandation checking out the rupee basement. And gets a whole lot of rupees, not just the ones on the floor. Yeah, there really wasn't much in pod. decides to use his bug net to catch one of those fairies. This is a pretty rough Helmasaur fight. As you're having experience with both low percent Link to the Past and with all dungeons, meaning he's pretty comfortable with some of these low item, low energy, low green mail fights. That gives him a bit of an advantage in some of these situations.
Bland finally picking up his fire rod.
Okay, Azure misses out on the 1 cycle by 1 fire rod shot. The 0 cycle does finish off Landmolus with a nice sword spin. Unfortunately, just a missile pack for his trouble. So he's basically out of things he can do here. He does need to get to Dark Cross to get those mitts. He does need to. We know there's not much in Brinstar. He's probably going to check that first since he's got everything to do it. Let's see where he heads. And Blandation showing us why he picked up those fairies. We do need to follow the flippers. We have not seen all these flipper checks. So he's going to do this first. Let's see what the waterfall fairy has for us today.
Let's see if it's anything good.
Supers and supers. And we know there's nothing good over here.
And looks like the top of the waterfall is a super disappointment.
Yep, and well, this is interesting. Azure does not have enough money to pay for Zork, but there is a big 3 hundo sitting there on the ledge. Let's see if he grabs that to come back around and actually check the item out. Yeah, and actually one other check that Azure does have is he does have the 5-6 crystals, both desert and pod, so he can check Pyramid Fairy. Unfortunately, still without a mirror. Can't combine that with a trip over to Dark Cross. So he did pick up those rupees, is going to go ahead and get the disappointment that is the Zora item today. Okay, starting at Link's house. Grabbing the hammer, so he's probably going to do Pyramid Fairy right now.
Pyramid Fairy is not a bad check at all. Unfortunately, it is a little bit of a time sink, so...
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot left to him. He's pretty much got this, the Dark Cross, and Bryn Loop. And it may very well be that he's just trying his best to avoid that Bryn Loop. And if he really tries hard to avoid that Bryn Loop, he's going to be able to, unless that Quake becomes an issue. And with only one Dark World Crystal Dungeon, there's a better chance that he won't need that Quake than if they were both crystal dungeons. Yep, and chat making a good point. We also have Ether and Spike Cave available to us. It's a whole bunch of disparate Link to the Past checks. Half magic and a piece of heart. So half magic, a nice luxury item. Piece of heart, not very interesting. As you're staying in the Dark World, not really sure where he's headed to next. Already checked. I thought he already checked Catfish. Unless that was the last seed. You know what? That may have been the last seed.
He has not checked Catfish. They haven't checked Catfish at all, I don't think.
No, we saw Catfish in the first, at some point. I'm pretty certain it was the first seed, though.
They didn't get to the Dark World in the first seed.
Oh, right. They checked. I've seen Catfish, so we've seen it. Oh, I know. He's gonna check go backdoor Meridia? Oh, he's going backdoor Meridia. This is interesting. Yeah, Azure did check Catfish this time around. So this is an interesting choice. He's gonna go ahead and do Meridia here. Probably just gonna do Dragon. This is completely out of logic. And this wouldn't even be in logic if if this were hard mode. Since the Suitless Meridia logic for hard mode does not include killing Dragon. But he does have a good set of items to do this with. All he needs to do is grapple kill Dragon. He can grapple jump out of Dragon. And he can springball jump out of the precious room. And this might be a thing that he knows he can do, even though it's not in logic. Well, that allows him to think a little bit. Okay, so this is interesting. See the way Blandation is going into the portal? And the fact is, he doesn't know he has those mitts. I don't think he knows he has mitts. Because remember, he got those in the dark room, and we were not able to see it. And we saw in his menu that he did have mitts. But the fact that he went to the portal by using the hammer tells me he doesn't actually realize he got them. So, really interesting situation we have here. Oh, Azure missing the quick kill on Dragon. Doesn't want to take too many hits there. Gonna try again on this side. We're gonna try again on, yeah, gonna try again with this goop phase. Decides to fire ammo instead. Does take some damage while doing it, so he's gonna be, yeah, a lot of things that people forget, the berry suit or the gravity suit also protects you from Dragon and that grapple kill. Okay, gonna go ahead and fill up his energy. And Azure finds power bombs. Decides to pick them up. Okay, now gonna go ahead and do this grapple jump to get out. Gets it very quickly. And when I use a spring ball jump to get out of this next room. So use a couple of spring ball jumps, in fact. Okay, Azure probably just gonna make his way out of Meridia at this point. Meanwhile, Blandation into his Mothula fight. Okay, Azure is gonna at least check the Baun item. And one thing you were definitely right about, this will be a lot easier this time around because he does have Spring Ball. Especially easier now that he doesn't have, yeah, just sees 10 arrows, doesn't want to bother grabbing that.
See, and you doubted my opinion that Spring Ball would save time.
I never said it wouldn't, I just said it's not that big a deal. I support Azure's decision to skip it when he did. No, don't get me wrong, Spring Ball is a really nice item. It's just not, just has, the uses you just saw, you saw Azure Spring Ball jumping out of the Dragon area. That's completely illogic and can be required in hard mode. So skipping Spring Ball had it been hard mode would have been a very questionable decision. But in normal mode, you know, not as much. Okay. Azure gonna save and quit, and let's see where he goes next. So the nice thing for Azure now, unless there's something important in Meridia, he doesn't really care as much about Gravity Suit. Looks like he's going to go ahead and start clearing the front part of Super Metroid. Although maybe he goes into Link to the Past. Let's see. I think he would have saved and quit to Link to the Past, though, if he were going to do that. Gonna refill at the ship. Probably going to make a gauntlet play to start, and then head around and do the Bryn Loop. He will be able to check 2 items that Blandation was not able to check, because he does have that speed booster. Oh, doesn't quite hold those echoes all the way to the bomb blocks. It's not going to check the front of Gauntlet. We'll probably check the back of Gauntlet, though. Or he has Power Bomb selected, so he'll see that Quake. Oh, and Blandation take it is easy did. I didn't see what he was doing, so he may just be a death warp, but he does take a death. Okay, Blandation gonna head over to Village of Outcast. We'll see if he decides to make the Thieves Town play. Nope, looks like he's gonna at least check Bumper Ledge first. That's a good call. He does have the cape. We know it's nothing, but now he'll know it's nothing. And Blandation is starting his Village of Outcast checks. So Azure makes these checks, give Blandation a little bit of a chance to catch up, especially if he can skip Thieves Town. The only real problem is if Blandation really doesn't know that he has those nits, it's gonna be it could be a while before he finds them, before he realizes it. Azure with one of my favorite mock balls or speed balls through the room before Big Pink. And the nice thing this time is he's got plenty of power bombs, plenty of resources. He'll have no trouble full clearing this whole area very quickly. And you notice Azure picking up a whole lot of extra E-tanks, a whole lot of power bombs. He's already thinking ahead that he might just do suitless lower Norfair as well. Yeah, and Blandation saving and quitting after finding the Bombos tablet. Yeah, I don't think he knows he has those myths. And Blandation can go ahead and do Desert now. This will be a full clearable dungeon for him. He doesn't know it yet, but he will find out. Okay, and unfortunately my co-commentator 5D100 is not going to be able to continue on. We did not expect, of course, this to go as late as it's going. But thank you to 5D100 for sticking it out with me for the time he has.
I promise I have been trying to speak, but I forgot I had to push the talk button for about the last 30 minutes, so...
Oops. But I will take you off. No worries here. I'll take you through the rest of this.
You guys have a good night, and good luck to our runners.
Yeah, good night. Did I miss Azure checking Waterway during all that? Oh, he did Waterway. Thank you. I'm gonna assume there was nothing there then. Our tracker Razor Flamekun, always on it. Okay, what do we have? Right, we've already seen this. Nothing new here. Azure gonna shine spark up. Managed to stay out of the water with that space jump. Doesn't see anything at Billy Mays. He has one last check he can do. This one also that we haven't seen before. Interesting that Azure's just leaving this way. Because he still has the criteria supers that he can check. Okay, so no, he didn't check Waterway. I can see on his map. So the reason why we couldn't remember what it was is because he didn't actually check it. No, Bland doesn't have speed booster. Or he does now, but he didn't have speed booster when he went through this area, so no, Bland did not check it. And it's just an E-tank. Okay, so one more check for Azure. Probably going to go ahead and head up to, while checking the criteria supers. Okay, as you're gonna head back up. Grabs the mushroom. I don't know that Blandation has turned that in yet. Blandation also gonna check out that pyramid fairy. And just power bombs. And as you're probably gonna head back into Link to the Past, hopefully at this point he realizes his one last place to check is Dark Cross, and we'll head over there. Oh, first gonna check the mushroom, that's fair. And just a big 300. And welcome to join me for the rest of this match, HK112. How you doing today?
Good.
All right, I assume you've been following along. Right now, we're kind of at an interesting point. We have Azder needs to go to Dark Cross to get the gloves. Blandation needs to realize he has, or sorry, not the gloves, the mitts. Blandation needs to realize he has them because he picked them up in the dark, and I don't think he's figured out that he has them yet.
Yeah, I was watching. I've noticed that it'll take a while for Azder probably to go back to the Dark Cross to realize it.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to do the gauntlet play first, and then we'll see what he does next. It's really the only thing in logic left to him.
Yeah, but he's probably already thinking, like you said, lower Norfair, hell runs. He has enough energy to do it, and enough ammo to do it.
Yeah, this is looking a lot better than when he made the brief attempt at it last time. He is gonna have to get to that Dark Cross area at some point to get those mitts, because he does need it to complete the game. Okay, sees that it's just a 20 rupee. Figures he can get the Quake later.
Yeah.
If he even needs it. Because, you know, he's looking really good at Link to the Past. I mean, all he needs at this point for Link to the Past is those mitts, and of course, whatever medallion he needs for Misery Mire.
Very true.
Oh, and looks like Blandation finally figured out he does have those mitts, so okay, where are we going now, Ash? Oh, he's not fluting. Oh, he's gonna check the hobo, okay. He just doesn't want to go to Dark Cross. This is like twice in a row. I mean, the first game it made sense that he didn't go there, because of course we thought that they had the map, but that it was the map, but
Is it me, or did Blandation's stream just... Okay, there it goes.
yeah, he's fine now.
Well, Azder has all these flipper checks too, so he might find the Varia suit in this mess.
Nope. He's already checked the Zora area, so he's done with flipper checks now. He's pulling out his flute. Okay, now he needs to flute to 4. Oh, where did Blandation pick up that Varia suit?
Misery Mire shed.
Oh, okay,
because that's when it was frozen, so he has the Varia.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Oh, this is bad. Azure not remembering Dark Cross, I think.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
he's going hell runs.
I mean, it's fine that he's going hell runs. He's more than capable of doing them. But he's got to get to those mitts at some point.
Ooh. Blandation's better watch it.
He's not surviving this.
No. Good thing it saves when he switches worlds. I mean, yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I had to think about that for a second.
Yeah, this is going to be a big waste of time for Azure as he checks all of Norfair. Looking for something he's not going to find.
He doesn't have any reserve tanks like Azure does. Blandation.
No, he doesn't. Either that or he's got him turned off.
Yeah. Trying to think where. Yeah, he's gonna go back into lower Norfair and try it again.
Yep. Well, he doesn't. He saw the items there, so he doesn't need to fight GT again. So he's just gonna go ahead and go for Ridley, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Asder's putting off Dark Cross again.
He just doesn't want to go there.
Mm-mm.
And it's been so long. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't go when he was there with that hook shot. It's not a bad check in the dark.
No. Mind you, I couldn't do it if I tried, but I don't. I mean, I've done a few seeds, and I was in the tournament last time, and I couldn't do a dark room to save. I tried. I just couldn't do it, and my Link to the Past skills are not the greatest. I can play Super Metroid like nobody's business, but Link to the Past I cannot. So.
Yeah, Hester picks up the supers and decides to reset. And maybe he's just figured out where he needs to go.
Hopefully.
Like, he's got enough of a... There's enough of a skill gap here that if he can get to those mitts really soon, even though it looks like Blandation has a bit of a lead, he really won't have that much of a lead. But no,
he's going down to Crockermeyer.
He's going to go to Croc.
Now, if he finds Charge Beam in this nonsense, it will pay off on.
It's kind of irrelevant. I mean, with this ammo, he's 2 supers packs away from having more than enough ammo to finish Mother Brain. He needs to get to Dark Cross. Like those mitts are a hard gate. You can't get into Ice Palace without them. You can't do GT without them.
Oh yeah, that's
true. Turtle Rock without them.
Yeah, I stepped away for like 10 minutes to eat something before your other commentator left, and then I came back immediately after I got done eating, but I missed maybe 10 minutes of the race. So, ooh, Screw Attack. That's a good find on Blandation's side.
Yep, that'll help him through lower Norfair.
If Azdir goes and checks Misery Mire and checks that thing, he will have various suit. He won't have to do the Hell Run.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point.
I just now realize if we are correct.
That's a really good call.
Like if he decides to check, because that's probably where he'll probably end up heading instead of fighting GT.
Oh, for sure. Unfortunately, he still needs to get to Dark Cross to fight those mitts.
Yeah, yeah, but
like all he needs to do is go to Dark Cross and get those mitts, and he's good. Basically good to go. I thought we saw Ether. Okay, no, go this. Yeah, go this way. Okay, he's waiting on his Crystal Flash.
There we go.
No, God damn it, Azure, please.
Turn around, turn around. Turn around.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh, the good news is he's perfectly capable of doing this.
That is completely true. That is 100% true.
I didn't like the way the room was set up, so he's going to reset it. And use some any percent strats to get up here.
He's gonna find screw attack.
Yeah, he is going to find screw attack, which is going to be a nice find for him.
Yeah. And when he finds those mitts and he actually goes and checks that shed, he's gonna hate himself. He's gonna be like,
he might not do any more checks once he finds those mitts, to be perfect.
yeah, that's true, because for him, Super Metroid's
Basically
done.
going to be done.
But there's still the items in Meridia he left, and then there's, yeah, the items in Meridia, and that's about it, because
Yeah,
he did
again,
that suitless.
Yeah, the only thing he needs is, unless Ether is in a really bad spot and is needed for Turtle Rock, he doesn't need anything else but those mitts. He just needs to go to Dark Cross and pick those up, and he's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Gonna farm up a few power bombs here. That Peace Heart not gonna do him any good.
I'm just curious.
Oh, this is interesting. He's gonna check some items here at the back.
Yeah, that's why I was confused there for a second why he hasn't gone down towards Ridley, but now he's just wanted to see what that item was.
Oh, and Blandation down to 89 health. This is not good.
No. Ooh, one more tell. Anything that happens. Oh, he has it shut off.
Yeah, smart idea. Turning those reserves on, or just popping them. You should be fine now.
Ridley is in the red, so.
Yeah, I'm surprised he isn't dead already.
I'm not a big fan on Ridley.
No,
on
he's
how...
not dead.
Oh,
and now he's in powerbomb territory because we do not have charge beam.
one more tail swipe and he's had it. Ooh,
And that's it.
I hate to see that.
And I think that's going to take him back to the ship. I don't know. Or did he take a save?
Oh,
He took a save.
He took a safety save. Good call on him.
Meanwhile, as you're doing a textbook lower Norfair set of hell runs.
Mm-hmm. And he has that grapple beam for easy farm too.
Yep.
So he's probably gonna farm up all his supers that he needs right here with that grapple beam to save him a lot of time.
Yeah, he's also gonna want to be at about 22 power bombs if he can get there. Or at least be there when he's going to be done with the fight, because that way he'll be able to crystal flash afterwards. There won't be an E-tank waiting for him behind Ridley.
There might be.
Well, we expect there won't be an E-tank, but it's not a guarantee.
Oh, I know. There's always that slim chance of hope. Just gotta hope about it.
He's got to assume the word.
Oh yeah, of course. You always have to expect the worst, but you know, you always have to hope as well.
Okay, he's going to set up for the crystal flash here. He's got 40 supers, so he only needs 30 of those.
Yeah.
He's actually going to damage himself down a little quicker in that acid.
Yeah. if he needs to, if he dies, he can always go back to that one room with the fireflies and build up his stock again, and then resave, and then try this again. So I mean,
Well,
as
he's
far as
already got to
about
save. He's got to
yeah,
save, and the room, those little novas that crawl, not the novas, the violas, the little blue guys that crawl around, are pretty much guaranteed to drop power bombs. So he should be okay as long as he can get through this fight well. And the screw attack will help him out.
oh yeah,
And Azure did a very nice job with this Ridley. Hasn't missed a shot yet.
and Blandation is back on his Ridley fight again.
Okay, this is really good health coming out of this.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what kind of drops we get.
Ooh, he's one power bomb short. He'll be able to do
he's
it.
fine. He'll be
Yep.
able to farm those up.
And missiles. He just needs a little bit of supers.
Yep. He's already got up to the power bombs he needs to do another crystal flash. And then he's going to want to farm up a little bit more just to be able to do a crystal flash on his way out.
Yeah. He just needs one more super missile. There it is.
And Blandation back in Ridley Hell, but looks like he is going to finish the fight off.
Yeah.
Oh, Azure doesn't get the crystal flash off.
Oh. That was such a good fight, too.
Just waited ever so slightly too long.
Where's the Pac-Man music when we need it? I feel so bad for him. He had such a good fight. I think he's probably
gonna bail. I think he's bailing.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you I'm hoping that means he's remembered Dark Cross.
Yeah.
Because if he remembers Dark Cross, he still has plenty of time to catch up here.
That's true.
And Canadian Owl with the good point in chat that he's got the knowledge. He knows what's behind Ridley. He knows it's not his mitts. He's gonna know that they're not here either.
Yeah, knowledge is power, especially in a seed like this.
Okay, I really hope this change of plans means he remembers Dark Cross. Oh, he didn't check Wave Beam earlier, so he's gonna do that now because he's right here.
Yep. I'd like to throw this out here while we're thinking about why I'm thinking about it.
Grabbing that ether. Okay, that makes sense. That means that once he finds mitts, he's in basically he'll be in go mode because he'll be able to get that Various in the Mire Shed, like you said.
I'd like to throw this out there, but remember to follow these two great runners for, you know, the wonderful show they're putting on.
Oh, absolutely.
It crossed my mind, was.
Oh, he's gonna do Crocodile Azure. No, it's not the answer.
At least he could do another Crystal Flash.
He doesn't need to. There's a refill station right here.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, at least he can if he wanted to. Oh.
You know, and the funny part is the fact that he's avoiding this one location that trolled them so hard in the first seed is just, to me, pretty bizarre.
I missed the first seed. I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, we might as well recap because it's been a couple hours and there might be other people that missed it. So basically what happened was there was an item on Dark Cross. It turned out to be the Moon Pearl. But both runners did not check it because they picked up the map in back of Escape. But for some reason, we found a new glitch in the version 11 of the randomizer. The item did not show up on the track on the map. So when they did on their menu. So they both menued to see that they didn't have the map. So they thought, okay, the map is on Dark Cross.
Could the same thing have happened?
No. They picked up the map in the front of Escape this time. So if he were to go back into Hyrule Castle, he'll know it. And the fact that they haven't found a mirror yet, and they probably won't find a mirror because Swamp Palace is a pendant, means that there's a really good chance that we're just not gonna get a mirror. So a couple times that Azur's been in that area, he's been in the Dark World and hasn't been able to check it. So Blandation just needs a gravity suit for go mode, but we don't know. That gravity suit could be in so many places.
Oh yeah. Razor Flame Sand Mirror is in NGT.
Okay.
Oh wait a minute. Which GT are you? There's two of them.
Okay.
Okay. We really need to
so
figure.
he's just joking about it. I'm like, did I miss something when Blandation checked GT earlier?
Yeah. Well. And we can't call it the walking trees though, because if you have bombs, there's a gold sword.
That's a nice pickup.
We can't call it the walking trees though, because if you have bombs, bomb trees stands up.
Okay, that is all the checks Azure has without going into Suitless Meridia in Super Metroid. So, and he's checked everything in Link to the Past. So, Azure, everybody send your thoughts to him.
Yeah, do like a spirit bomb type thing. Lend him your energy. Oh yeah, someone pointing out, unless Ganon's Tower Big Key is on Torch, boots may be required.
Yeah, you know, I don't even worry about that until it happens.
Yeah, there's always that slim chance though, the way the seed's going. Now, Blandation doing all the checks that Azdir did suitless, and he reset it out of, so...
Okay, headed back to Link to the Past. Got a flute. Flute to 4. Flute to 4. Flute to 4. Oh, he's gonna check Ether Tablet. Or Spike Cave, maybe? Can't get the Ether Tablet this way without Mirror.
Charge Beam. Charge Beam's on that.
Yeah, but he can't get there without a Mirror.
Oh, I know. It just, like, stuff that I'm seeing for the first time because I stepped away from
for sure. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna be Captain Obvious there for a while if I see something you've already seen, so...
Gotcha, no problem. With half magic, this is actually enough. He doesn't need potions. Okay, Dark Cross, Azdir. Dark Cross. Go to Link's house. Link's house. Thank you. Because here's the interesting part. Depending on where this gravity suit is... Okay, looks like he's headed over there. Blandation really needs to be going to Ice Palace. Looks like he's going to check Croc instead. I'm a big fan of doing the things you can complete that you need to do. Okay, looks like he is gonna head over there.
About time.
Oh no! Oh, he hasn't done this check either. He's gonna do Crocomire from this side. Okay. He's gonna get his ice rod, so that's good.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of doing the things that you know you need to do. Like, don't do Crocomire when you have a crystal dungeon that you can complete. As you're gonna find his mitts, and he will be in go mode because he does not need to get that gravity suit.
No.
And well, okay, technically not in go mode, but he will probably check the mire area. He'll check the mire area to go to Lower Norfair anyway, so he almost certainly is going to run into that barrier suit in the shed.
We might see. Yep. We might see some angry slashes, or not.
That's not his style.
I would angry slash it, and then save and quit.
Okay, so is Azure going to do Ice Palace first, or is he going to go do Mire and Lower North? Well, he'll probably do Ice Palace first. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
With the new Icebreaker glitch, full clearing Ice Palace just isn't that bad anymore.
I've heard about the icebreaker glitch, but what is it?
Okay, well, we're going to see it here. Azure taught me how to do it properly. I had a bad setup, and now I have a good setup thanks to him. It's going to allow him to clip into, basically clip through the wall in the room where the vanilla big key is. And that'll allow...
Oh, sorry.
No, he is in go mode because he knows where Quake is. So he's got the other two medallions.
Yeah.
If it's Quake, he is in go mode because he knows what go mode means. I'm not checking anything else the rest of the seed because I don't need anything. And he's got all the luxury except mail, so...
Yeah, and silver arrows. Blandation on Crocomire.
We don't have... Do we have silver arrows? We don't have silver.
They're on library ledge.
Yeah, I didn't
library.
see that. I thought I saw regular arrows. But he's not going to go out of his way.
Oh, I totally would. But again, my Link to the Past skills are horrible.
Yeah, with Gold Sword, I'd be fine doing silverless.
Okay, this is what you're talking
Okay.
about?
Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. He's gonna get himself in the right pixel spot. He's gonna lay the Samaria block. And he's kind of clipped in, and then he just pushes up or down, and he goes right through the wall.
That is awesome.
Yeah, isn't it?
I want to know, whoever found that, props to them.
Yeah, there's been actually quite the slew in the last couple months of a new Link to the Past tricks that we've seen. We're not going to get to see the diver down strat in Swamp Palace because of the because it's a pendant, but
I heard about that where you grab the key when the water's flooded in the thing.
Yep. Well, that version is not. That version is a little more complicated because you have to set up a very specific bomb layout in order to. Okay. So the best way to do that is if you set the bomb up on a switch, you can actually do it very quickly. I've only seen Andy do it, but I guarantee you there's others that can. Mostly it's just used to get through to the back of Swamp faster.
He's probably looking for. He's gonna check thing. I bet he's checking things for the various suit.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's exactly what he's looking for.
Now the question is, will he go to Mire after this, or go up Death Mountain?
Depends on how much he wants to commit to trying to go through the Ridley Hell Run again.
Well, if he goes to Mire with his, he's gonna check that shed.
Well, yeah, most likely. I won't guarantee he's gonna check that shed. He's done that kind of thing before, where there's a location right there that he doesn't check. He could just go to Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock not being a really good go mode dungeon anyway. And just a heart container there.
Blandation finishing the Croc area, finding nothing and whatnot.
Yeah. So could just go. Azure could just go to Turtle Rock right now. It's not, like I said, not a great go mode dungeon anyway. So you might just full clear it and just go to GT and then figure out what to do about Ridley afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
He's just, let's see, does he pull out the flute?
No. He is
Nope,
going.
he's gonna go Turtle Rock. Okay, this is fine.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense for him just to go to Turtle Rock and, you know, up Ganon's tower. We just gotta hope that either A, he finds the, or A, either hope that the big key for Ganon's tower is not on that, torch. And if it is, he has to go fishing for boots. And looks like Blandation is heading up
Yeah, we
as
also
well.
have the hookshot cave to look at too, so we're probably both gonna check that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the call Blandation doing Turtle Rock before doing Ice Palace. If Ice Palace, if Turtle Rock is the answer, that's great, and it may very well be because he's still looking for that gravity suit. But even if it is gravity suit, you're still if I'm in Blandation's situation, I need a gravity suit. I'm gonna do Ice Palace. Then I'm going to do Turtle Rock, and if I don't get my gravity suit, I'm still going to go finish the Link to the Past side of things.
Ooh. And it is Quake.
It is Quake, so it means he's going to have to go pick it up.
Yeah, that gives Blandation a lot more time, though.
It does. It does give it Blandation extra time. And also might incentivize azder to go over to Mire Shed and check that area out.
Yeah. Ooh, a shovel.
And gets a shovel. Oof. Not what you want to see. And another bottle. I swear we found 8 bottles today. Okay.
Azder or Blandation's not going in?
No, he's gonna check. Oh, what? I thought he checked Super Bunny.
I'm all kinds of confused now.
Okay, Azder's gonna go get that Quake medallion.
Yeah. And it's gonna be a lot easier now that he has.
See, now I'm missing up seeds again. They checked Super Bunny in the previous race.
And it's gonna be a lot easier for Azdir to do the
Yeah,
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet is completely free with this item set.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I either way, I still don't like Blandation's decision to do TR first.
No.
Get Ice Palace done. You know, you're in go mode for Link to the Past. Get Ice Palace done, then go into TR, and then if you still don't find your gravity suit, you can still go finish Link to the Past and then search your pendant dungeons for that gravity suit. They do have access to Mire at this point. He doesn't have because he doesn't have the Bombos, but the Bombos is available.
I missed where Bombos was at.
I forget where it was at.
Oh, hi, Cheesinator. Yeah, I forgot when I was doing commentating regularly, Cheesinator was new to it.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I was his first commentator partner.
Yeah, Cheese is a good dude.
Yes, he is. He's fun to commentate with if you ever get the chance to.
Yeah, hopefully during the tournament that'll happen. Guys just gotta be a little careful about his health here.
Ooh, he almost got nailed by that boulder. Alright, Turtle Rock, 2 chests, a key, and 300. Oh, I hate that beeping sound so much. I thought they slowed it down for the randomizer.
Yeah, you can change that, and apparently Azder decided he's gonna change that. point, Azure just needs to get into Turtle Rock and it'll be fine.
Oh
I
yeah.
know he's death warped. And then once he gets through Turtle Rock and doesn't find Suit, he's going to have a decision to make. He's probably going to go ahead and do Ganon's Tower first. But he's going to have a decision to make. Do I search for that Suit, or do I go straight into Lower Norfair? And I know Azure well enough. I think he's just going to go ahead and go for it again.
Oh yeah.
So close the first time around. And this time, he won't have to do any extra checks.
No, he won't. Yeah,
I like that. I like the way he did that.
Yeah.
Yep, got big key. We're gonna death warp out of here because we need health anyway, and we'll go do the right side.
I'm surprised Blandation didn't net one of those safety fairies, just in case. I'm big for safety strats. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of safety strats. I mean, if it was me, I would search everywhere for the boots just to have the silvers, just for the safety. If like within logic, if any item within logic. If I wouldn't go to Swamp or Misery Mire to search for boots, but I would clear out.
Do the stuff along the way.
Yeah, I would clear out Meridia and stuff. If I find gravity, oh yeah, I would go hunt for those boots. I would. I'm not gonna deny it. Ow. My cat decided to attack me. So, if you hear me say ow again, that's probably why.
Yeah, my cats don't like it when I ignore them either.
Well, I got 2 of them, and they, you know.
Okay, Azure, you do need to open this chest, because it's got a small key that you need.
Yeah, those chain shops are mean.
It is a very dangerous room. Okay, and he gets through it.
Ooh, Blandation stream froze again.
Yeah, well, hopefully that gets sorted out. Okay.
These green mail Dark World dungeons really hurt.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, green mail in Turtle Rock is no joke.
No.
Okay, this is gonna tell us something right here. Oh, careful. He picks it. Okay, so Azure needs to grab this key. Is he gonna check the big key? He is not checking the big key chest. That means Azure's considering himself in go mode.
We're on Laser Bridge on Blandation's side.
He's not looking for anything else, and so he's gonna go do Lower Norfair again, and he's probably not gonna pick up that Suit. We'll see if he does check the Mire Shed. I hope he does. But Azure's saying, nope, I'm done. I'm gonna finish this seed out one way or the other.
Blandation taking that safety door at the end of Laser Bridge. First item is a heart. Second is the map. Blue orang. And we got a mirror.
Oh, that is not what you want to find if you're Blandation. Because that just opened up 6 items in Swamp for your Gravity Suit.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be able to do Suitless Meridia the way Azure did.
No.
And that is a huge.
Well, if Azure, Azure might not do Laser Bridge.
He might not. He doesn't need that mirror. Because he doesn't need that Gravity Suit. He's declared himself in go mode. And so I don't think he's going to pick that mirror up, which only really hurts him in terms of doing GT. That'll be a little less efficient.
Yep, he's not doing laser bridge.
Nope, he's saying, I'm in go mode, Viridia, and I'm going to finish this game. Actually, I really like this call from azder. He knows that he has to figure his opponent had those limits ages ago. And so he's got to do everything he can to just go as fast as he can.
Yeah.
Blandation finishing up his Trinex fight. Very nice. And my guess is Blandation, he's going to probably do Ice Palace next. I'm not sure if we actually saw all the... So
I didn't see that.
Still a possibility. I didn't count. I know we didn't check Ice T. We checked everything else.
Yeah.
Very nice Trinex fight by azder.
And it looks like Blandation's heading off to GT. I know we don't have.
This is not good. He might just be doing Ether Tablet or Spike Cave.
Oh, he hasn't done Ice Palace yet. I forgot.
Yeah, he's still got to do Ice Palace.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's going to do Ether Tablet. We haven't seen this check yet.
No.
So he's got to hope this is his gravity suit to have any real shot at this. azder, on the other hand, is going straight over to GT. And it is just 10 arrows. So that gravity suit, unless there's an item left in Ice Palace at Ice T, it is either in Misery Mire, which is available to us, or it's in Swamp Palace, which is now available to us with that mirror.
Well, it looks like we already got some guesses in the chat where the big key is. Where do you think it will be?
I always say 5, so we'll stick with that.
I always.
He's going to grab that charge beam, so that'll help him out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We're just going to go with ammo.
I'm going to go with 8. I always go with 8. I don't know why. The worst thing azder could see right now is boots on that torch. 1.
You mean the big key on the torch?
Yeah. What did I say? Torch on the big key?
You said boots on that torch, which would be really interesting.
I said it backwards. It's 2. Oh, missiles.
It's just missiles, so he's good for that. So the Gaines Tower does kind of suck once you have to get deep into it without mirror.
Oh yeah, and since he missed laser bridge, you know, he doesn't have that mirror.
Another E-Tank is actually really good for him.
The ice beam.
Good. Yeah. And power bombs. Actually, that's also a really any ammo or energy tank item is going to be good for azder here. Okay, we did find a shovel. Let's see what's at the shovel spot.
Just a heart. And dual heart pieces at the same time.
Yeah.
I happened to look over at both of them.
So another interesting point here, the fact that azder has green mail is actually going to help him out here. Because he's going to have a much easier time death warping once he finds that big key.
Oh yeah. I lost track of a number of chests. This would be 9, right?
This is 9.
Okay.
And Blandation gonna head into Swamp Palace, I think. Does he remember that he has to do ice? I really hate this call. Do the dungeon that you can do that's a crystal dungeon.
Has he checked?
Then do your pendant dungeons.
Has he checked Big Bomb yet?
Yes, he has.
Okay, I walked away from that at that time. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
10, 11, 12,
Another E-Tank.
and 13.
Okay, azder. Getting close to the ice Armos. And do a bomb jump here to avoid this warp tile.
You know, every time he just now realized that he probably heard the
Yeah, he
music
heard the
and
music. Yeah,
that
okay. I like this choice.
Did Azure ever check the green pendant? What was?
Yes, it was nothing. I want to say missiles. I don't remember for sure, but it was definitely nothing.
Nothing in Bob's chest.
So Blandation finally realizing, oh, I didn't do Ice Palace. It's the Crystal Dungeon. Let's do that now. Okay, that makes sense that he just forgot about it. Maybe he had his tracker mismarked or something.
Yeah, Azure has plasma.
Okay, Azure with 0 arrows left. It's gonna have to find arrows some ways.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's the big key.
It's a small key. Because he's gonna need arrows to get through the mimics.
And he's gonna check the big key chest. You rarely see that chest open.
I wonder if he's gonna try and do a mimic clip.
He might.
No, he's gonna go outside and take that shovel and start shoveling up some dirt, find some arrows.
He's really gonna dig it. You know, it's almost like digging an Animal Crossing. There you go.
Okay, 5 arrows won't be enough because there is an arrow pot in the second Mimic chest. Blandation setting up for the icebreaker. Looks like he's having a little bit more trouble with it. Okay, there he goes. Looks like he has it. Yeah, nope, doesn't have it.
Yeah, Azdir does have screw attack. He saved right after he got it. Before he died.
Yeah, this is going to be a really cushy lower Norfair hell run set up with the extra energy tanks he's got.
Yeah, I think he picked up like 4.
Yeah, he's picked up several.
I wouldn't be surprised if he grabs a safety ferry.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. Although he doesn't have a lot of health to do it with. He's got only 1.5 hearts, and a bomb jump there is going to take him down to a 1/2 heart. So he's got to be very careful here. I'm going to use the cape. I like that choice. So if he's going to bomb jump over to the safety ferries, he's going to need to conserve all that health. Okay, makes it across. Grabs the fairies and grabs the magic refill. And enters into the gauntlet.
And grabs those arrows.
Yeah. Well, since he doesn't have silvers anyway, the number of arrows at this point don't really matter.
No.
Because he's not going to find them if they really are on that library.
Well, that Beamos is being very mean to him. And Blandation's stream has frozen again a little bit.
Okay, he's gonna go check Dark Cross. We're gonna find out what Azure left behind here, if it's an item or just a dungeon item.
Mm-hmm. Azure on. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Azure, when he did this, he did get an item on Cold Stare, so it might have been a 50-50 shot. Nope, it wasn't a 50-50 shot. It was an item. But it was just bombs.
Yep. I forgot Blandation is still looking for that gravity suit.
Yep. Yeah, Azur's declared suits? What are those? Blandation is like, yeah, I need those. And to be fair, I would need them too, so.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of things I can do in Super Metroid and Suitless Meridia. All I need to do is be able to get that grapple jump out, but can't do it yet, so I don't blame him for wanting to find that gravity suit one bit.
Azder missing the block placement.
Yeah, don't usually see that from him, but you know.
Accidents happen.
Yeah, accidents happen. And no boots can mess you up.
You know, you have to almost feel sorry for Link, because if you don't pick up those boots, I mean, that's a long walk around Hyrule.
A lot of walking. Although I contend that Link, he's not the hero of Hyrule, he's the thief of Hyrule, because look at all those chests he opens up and steals.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Those poor people in Kakariko, he just opens the chest, steals their money, you know.
There's a thing I saw on Dorkly Bits about Link and one of the worst jobs to have, and it was a potsmith. And you see the guy making a pot, and he's telling his son it's a dying craft. And next thing you know, Link comes in, breaks all the pots, and the guy's son says, "Dad, I'm getting a different job."
That's a good. Although you could also argue it's the best job because everybody needs their pots replaced, so you make a lot of money out of it.
Yeah.
All right, Asher making quick work of Moldorm 2.
Where's Blandation going? Oh, sorry.
He's going to check the hobo, it looks like. Yeah, having finished up Ice Palace, he's going to have to find that gravity suit.
Mm-hmm. And he's done everything. Only thing, he has Waterway. I know he wasn't able to check that because he didn't have Speed Booster.
Didn't have Speed Booster. Also, the Criteria Supers he did not check. You can check that with that Speed Booster, you cannot get it.
Did he check the power bomb door above the ship? Has anybody checked that?
The power bomb door above the ship. I'm not sure.
The room in the top. Yeah,
Criteria power bombs. Yeah, they both checked that.
Okay.
Oh, he has an Eastern Palace. I totally forgot.
He didn't have the bow.
He cleared it at the beginning, but yeah, didn't have the bow. Both runners did that. Okay, Azure making quick work of Aga 2, gonna head over to his Ganon fight.
He's gonna make short work to the first and second phases of this Ganon fight. Third phase is gonna be kind of interesting to watch with no silvers.
You mean the fourth phase?
Oh, fourth. Sorry, I need to learn how to count.
Yeah, the first phase being with just that sickle there, or whatever that thing's called.
A trident.
Trident. That's the word I'm looking for. The second phase being this one right now with the fire bats. As you're doing a very nice job getting the iframes from the hook shot. And now we're in the third phase with more fire bats and Ganon in the enrage phase. And frankly, this is a better setup than he's used to, because usually he's used to having Tempered Sword, although Tempered Sword versus for this part of the fight. But he's also not used to having half magics. He's going to have plenty of magic for this.
Ooh, I hope he doesn't fall.
Fine.
I was worried.
Gets the torch glitch. Yeah, Azur's very accomplished at this fight. He does a low percent category.
Shoot. Be gone with you. My cat.
He does a low percent category of this game where he does this with the Master Sword pretty regularly. So, a veteran of Master Sword, or veteran of Master Sword Silver. So, Gold Sword Silver is almost a luxury in that situation.
Sorry, I got attacked again. I wasn't telling you to shoot.
I was wondering if you were telling Ganon to shoot.
No.
Then I remembered your cats. Okay, as you're finishing up Ganon.
Could we get 1G in the chat for azder?
Okay, now he's gonna flute over to the mire area. We'll see if he chooses to check the mire shed.
Oh, don't forget to follow these great runners. And Blandation finishing up his Eastern Palace. Yeah, there we go. Eastern Palace.
And oh, it looks like he's gonna go to Thief Town. It's 5 items is for the green pendant. We know it's nothing because azder did check this ages ago. As you're heading over to Mire, $1 million question: does he check the Mire shed? It's a quick check.
Oh.
Is he gonna check?
Maybe.
No,
Oh.
he's not checking. He'll be fine.
Oh, I know he'll be fine, but
That would have been funny if he had checked it.
yeah.
Okay, so let's see. What has he got? He's got. I'm sorry, I laughed. This is a ridiculous amount of ammo. Like RPO, the category where you do this, at best you're gonna get like 10, 11 E-tanks, 35 supers, like 20 power bombs. You can get as many missiles as you want. But this is as comfy as it gets as far as hell runs in Lower Norfair. Meanwhile, Blandation is searching high and low for a gravity suit. Gonna do the Smith's chain. It could be on the Smith's chain. We have not seen this.
Yeah. And with the screw attack, this makes his hell run a lot easier on the first part, at least.
Sure. Oh, a screw attack is huge here.
Nothing at hammer pegs. And see what Jebediah gives us.
So yeah, I had forgotten about all these myths checks. The runners never did the myths checks since azder got the last item. And Blandation went a long time forgetting he had them.
Yeah.
And just a reserve tank.
I mean, he ended up with 5 more energy tanks than he had, 5 more super missiles, and 5 more power bombs.
This is crazy. This ammo is just ammo and E-tank situation is just crazy.
Shoot.
Oh, we got boots. We got our boots.
Ooh. Yeah, there you go.
Chess had the boots. Okay, Blandation's gonna head to Mire. That's an interesting choice. That's the one I wouldn't make.
I mean, he has Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb. He has those too.
I don't like the choice of Mire because it's only 2 items in Okay, we're gonna do Checkerboard Cave. That could be it. That's not a bad choice.
No.
And just missiles.
I mean, he has. Oh, go ahead.
I don't like the Mire choice because it's only 2 items in the dungeons. Swamp has 6, Thieves Town has 5. We got the green pendant. We know Thieves Town is the wrong answer.
He flew it away.
It's definitely where I would go before I would go to Mire. Now it looks like he's gonna go Swamp. I kind of like the choice of Swamp. That mirror being there on Laser Bridge is kind of conspicuous, and it might actually. He also might do some of these mirror checks before heading into Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
If Blinken, you missed that Ridley fight. Look at the amount of help he has coming out there. 9
That's
supers.
better than his first one.
Oh yeah, this is easy. Like at this point, he's probably just having fun doing it.
Oh yeah. With the amount of health and ammo, that fight was a lot better than his last one. And with the amount of health he has, he doesn't even have to stop to refill. He could just go.
Yeah,
He's going to Torian.
He might need 1 more Crystal Flash on his way out, but he's got plenty of ammo to do it. Also gonna point out, since he's not gonna get that charge beam, he also has plenty of ammo for Mother Brain. It's not as optimal as it could be. Ideally, you want to have 60 supers for the Mother Brain 2 fight. He's got 70 missiles, and for the missing super, the 5 missing supers, he'll just have to fire 3 extra regular missiles, and that'll leave 55 missiles for Mother Brain 1. So he's perfectly fine for that. And he did pick up the Ice Beam in GT, so Zep Skip will help him out as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have an easy time going out of this. And Blandation doing mirror checks and whatnot.
So in the end, as late as azder was to those mitts, the thing that saved him in this race is his ability to do not only suit with slower Norfair, but really the important thing was that he was able to do radio. Because honestly, he would have run in if he had looked for that very suit, he would have found it.
Yeah.
But we still don't know where gravity sits.
No. I think. Where is he going? Oh, he's doing.
Yeah, he's doing the crystal flash.
Oh no, I'm talking about Blandation.
Blandation. Boots checks.
He might go pick up those silvers.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm big on safety. I'm big on safety, so I would pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably pick him up. My silver cannon is bad enough that it probably saves me time. It depends on how good his silver list is, really.
King's Tomb has nothing.
But yeah, this show from azder just super impressive.
Don't forget.
Blandation had a really good chance of pulling the upset. If that gravity suit had been at a better location, we could be telling a whole different story here. But that gravity suit just eluding Blandation, as well as he's done, it's just not going to be enough because unfortunately the ability that those extra Super Metroid skills at azder be too much for him to overcome. And chat coming up with their favorite thing, hoping that Ped is the answer.
Oh.
Yeah, it could be because we got everything we needed to clear these dungeons without going into GT. So yeah, that is a possibility. And for Blandation's sake, I really hope Ped is not the answer. I really hope is here in Graveyard Ledge, or that he goes to again. I would go to Swamp. That's where I would look first. I would go to Swamp, and then I'd probably go to Thieves Town next. Thieves Town is like it's the pendant dungeon I hate to do because the thing about a Swamp Palace or Misery Mire or dungeon, there's always some sort of gate to being able to do it.
Blandation hasn't checked Waterfall.
No, he hasn't. So he could be there.
Did azder check it?
Yeah, he checked it a long time ago.
Oh, then it's not there.
not there. But anyway, to my point, Thieves Town is that dungeon that once you have Dark World access, you pretty much can go there.
Yeah.
The only possible gate is maybe if you get there without a sword, hammer, or either cane. So there's not a whole lot of items pointing you that direction. Whereas, say, Swamp Palace, you need a hook shot, you need to full clear it, you need a mirror and flippers just to get in it. So there's actually something that says, hey, we gave you all these items for a reason. So,
yeah. Blandation picking up the safety silvers.
The safety silvers, I like that. I have to admit, I missed that icon in the vanilla Link to the Past now that they've got progressive bows. In Link to the Past now, they have the newest version in V31. They have progressive bows, so that would be his silvers because he would have already gotten his bow, but it would still look like a bow.
Oh, really? And he's going into Mire by the looks of it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's better than Thieves Town because we know Thieves Town has nothing in it. But still, only 2 items here. I still say Swamp. It's 6 versus 2.
Yeah.
Plus that mirror location.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as you're setting up for a baby skip.
I'm still trying to think of a new name to call the Golden Chorizo. I've been like it's been in the back of my mind. Like because we use GT for two things, you know? And he's trying for that baby skip without a wave beam. That's a huge pain. And he gets it.
Nicely done, azder.
Big Bird. That's what we can call Golden Chorizo. Big Bird.
No, we're not calling Golden Chorizo Big Bird. It's Golden
What?
Chorizo.
Big Bird's gold and yellow too, or yellow too.
Yeah,
and
I'm
he's
not.
tall.
I am not introducing that to. All right, azder going for the speed Zepatite skip and gets it.
I think chat's behind you with the Big Bird name.
That's because chat's smart.
Oh.
Okay, azder using supers to finish off Mother Brain 1 has the 17 times 3 is 51 regular missile shots, so he's got 10 missiles leeway or 3 supers leeway.
I'm surprised power bombs don't work on Mother Brain. Or do they?
They don't. Meanwhile, someone shout at me if I miss Blandation picking up gravity suit here.
Oh yeah. Apparently chat's preoccupied with a chemistry lesson now. Oh, I missed that item.
Okay, he's leaving Misery Mire, and let's see where he goes. I'm gonna assume he did not find a gravity suit. Where is he gonna float to? Well, looks like he's gonna float to Forest. That says he's gonna check the East Town.
Or Ped.
I'm gonna guess. Well, he maybe. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a reasonable thing to do. Go ahead and check that pedestal. See if it's there. That way you know whether you need to full clear these dungeons. If it is there, he can just go mow the dungeons and pick up that gravity suit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's going to check Ped.
Yeah, I like this call for Blandation a lot. Get that knowledge.
When I get the book, depending on where I get the book at, I always go for Ped to check it. Because you never know when you're gonna get burned by the pedestal.
A rupee horde. Okay, not Ped. So I'm gonna guess he got his 2 items out of Mire, so he knows there. So now he's gotta decide between Thieves Town and Swamp. And I still say, well, we know it's not Thieves Town, so I think Swamp is all we got left. So
He fluted to 4.
fluted to 4, so he's got the right location in mind.
It's weird not seeing a stand-up glitch from azder.
Nah, he often will skip the stand-up glitch. And we can't do a stand-up glitch. No charge fee.
Well, that and yeah, no, that's true.
You had me going there for a second. Nah, it's fair.
I'm afraid to do the stand-up glitch. I'm not gonna deny it. And Blandation going into Swamp. You know, between the sounds of... I've played Metroid Fusion, and anybody who's played that game, between Mother Brain's Scream and Ridley's Scream from that game, I would still prefer Ridley's Scream over Mother Brain's.
Don't say that. Those Ridley Screams are horrible.
Well, that's a personal... I mean, I just don't like the... Like, when I was a kid, those Ridley Screams didn't bother me as much because I'd had to have it on my Game Boy SP, and I'd cover the noise in my palm, and it wasn't that bad. But when I was playing this as a kid, my dad said we could hook it up to the big screen TV.
So you had like a stereo sound.
Oh yeah.
That's funny. All right, okay. As you're in the escape, you just gotta be. One thing he's got to be careful of is when he gets to the last room where you traditionally do that shine spark. He's got to remember he doesn't have gravity suit, so if he misses the shine spark, he's got to start wall jumping. He cannot go back to try it again.
And he gets the shine spark.
He does
and
get it, no problem.
And will he save the animals?
No. In a word, no.
I would. I don't care if I was behind or not. I'd save them.
Well, you like
It's canon.
Yeah. Those animals were in my fusion game. As you're finishing up with official SRL time on 2:54:16, GG's to azder. But yeah, those animals, they were in my fusion game, and I didn't know you could save the animals until years later. So they found a way to get off the ship just fine.
It was a good run by Azure. Don't forget to follow these runners as well. Blandation still looking for that gravity suit.
And welcome in, azder. Oh my God, that was quite the seed. How you doing? GG's.
GG Azure.
Okay, we might be having some mic issues. Okay, he's back. Can you hear us?
Okay, that sounds
Yeah,
better.
I can hear you. Okay. Okay. That seed, or those seeds even. Oh my God. Dark Cross getting both of you twice in different ways on the second one.
I can't hear things again.
Oh.
Okay, you gotta. You can't hear us right now?
I can. Just lots of cutting out from everyone.
Okay, we'll try and do our best then.
So it must be my end.
Okay, so okay, I think this is the point where we can say that Blandation has forfeited the race.
Mm-hmm.
But GG's to Blandation, so we can mark him and go ahead and bring him in too. But yeah, those myths, that Dark Cross location, getting you guys twice. First, in different ways though, Blandation picked them up early. Didn't know that he had them.
I heard that he didn't notice that he picked them up.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't. I wasn't sure until the Dark in the Village of Outcasts area and didn't use the myths. Went ahead and used the hammer. But yeah, that is quite the seed. Very well done. Both. Yeah, I mean the difference in the game. We still don't know where Gravity Suit is. Blandation's been checking for it. The fact that you were able to do this, the suitless suitless Meridia, and then eventually the lower Norfair. And do you want to know where that Various suit is? Because we do know where that is.
Yes, I do.
We think Meyer Shed.
Meyer Shed. Oh, Blandations.
I checked Meyer's shed.
Oh, you did? When? Did you check it
when
before
I went to Ridley.
Okay, then I don't know where those Vari was, because Blandation stream cut out when he picked it up. So we'll have to ask him when he comes in.
I'm pretty sure I checked it. If it was Desert Ledge, I would know where it was.
Yeah, I thought Desert Ledge was Blue Cane. Blandation, we didn't ever find that gravity suit. Okay, so we gotta ask you, because now we're not sure. Because basically, I mean, some of the stream issues you were having, the only one that was a problem, of course, was when you picked up Various suit. So where was it? We thought it was Meyershed, but Azure says he checked that.
I don't even remember where I found it. Everything's a blur at this point.
It's too funny.
The other funny thing was it took me a good while to realize I actually had the Titans mitts.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. So as your last location, hard last location, because you basically checked almost all in Norfair. including Lower Norfair before we got there. You, on the other hand, I was suspicious that you had. I was suspicious that you didn't know you had them when you went into the Dark World using Hammer over in the Village of Outcast area.
Yep. At one point, I remember I went to the Dark World portal under Link's house, and I was like, "Wait, I have flippers, don't I?" 'Cause I never tracked them, and I was like, "That's right, I have flippers." And I'm like, "Wait a second, did I just see Titan's mitts?" Yes, I did.
Yeah. To be fair, that happened to me once. I picked up mitts in Palace of Darkness. Ironically, Azure was in my chat talking about how he had done that one. That he once had picked up mitts there and found out much later. And then, of course, as I'm climbing up Death Mountain at one point, I said, "Oh, look, Azure, look! Speaking of finding mitts in dark rooms," and there they were. So it's happened to all of us.
Yeah, I think lesson learned here: never do a race right after another one that was about 2 hours.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, that was that first seed. Azure, really enjoyed the flash suit.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it was a fun time. I'm definitely gonna laugh at this one looking back.
Yeah, okay, Azure, I think he's still having trouble hearing us, but yeah, really enjoyed that flash suit. Maybe I'll just type it in the.
I don't know if you can hear it. Well, he's in chat on the thing. So
I can sometimes hear you.
Yeah, well, we can hear you. Yeah, because you did the flash suit in the first game. I really enjoyed that.
And by the way, Mir was in Laser Bridge, first chest on the right, if you're going from top down.
Yeah, and that didn't help you out because that just meant, oh hey, let's check Swamp now, because I think that's all you had left for Gravity Suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was banking on Mirror being gravity or leading to gravity somewhere, but I guess we're never gonna. I'll try to find out where it is, probably casually.
It has to be somewhere in Swamp. It has to be somewhere in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, like I said, I think that's all that's left. But yeah, I mean, you got the opportunity to check for it, so why not?
I mean, it was like Meridia had practically nothing, and with the boots you find.
Yeah, I mean, we assume it had nothing. We only got to see as you're backdoored into Dragon, and only checked. I want to say just the three.
Bantoon's item, the item on the wall, and the one after
Dragon's item, the precious missiles, and the bot wound energy tank.
Yeah.
So I mean, there could have been other stuff there, but actually, I mean, I don't think we're missing anything, so couldn't have been anything else there.
Right.
Maybe wave beam. I guess we didn't see wave.
I was trying really hard to Brinstar skip, but I didn't want to do one-offs, so that's why I didn't do, what was it? I put off Hobo for a long time, I put off Dark Cross for a long time. If I had had the mirror, I would have just mirrored to Dark Cross when I was checking Pyramid Fairy.
Yep.
But I just, like, I didn't think the single item checks were worth it. And then at that point, it was just like, well, I tried really hard not to do Brinstar. There's like 30 items there, so it probably has to be something there.
And I don't think there was anything. I think the only thing in that area you did have to get the Quake at Criteria, but of course that's technically not Brinstar.
Yeah, I actually got confused with the seed in the last one. I thought Myra and Tirak were both pendants, so that's why I didn't go and bother keeping the medallions.
Okay.
Gotcha. And then I realized Tirak was my last crystal at the end. That was a bit of a mistake.
Hey, Blandation, when did you... Was it the music that tipped you off in Swamp that it was a pendant dungeon?
Was, yeah. I totally tracked it wrong. Again, I was a mess this whole seed.
It was like, I saw you walk into Swamp and it's like 6 items. That makes sense to go there. And then you're like, oh, wait, nope, something's wrong here. And then just like, nope, turn around.
Yeah, I'm very anti-pendant dungeon.
Yeah, and Azure, at what point did you just decide when you were going through Turtle Rock, and you skipped some checks? In fact, stole the small key from the Pokey and didn't check the big key chest. That's when we knew you had decided you were gonna just call it go mode and not search for that various. At what point did you decide that?
When I got mitts.
Fair enough.
You did call it.
I was only doing fast checks
Yeah.
for Barrier or like more E-tanks or whatever, because like I
Mhm.
got a bunch of E-tanks in Brentstar, and that wasn't enough to get me through the first hell run.
Yep.
Apparently, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
you almost got it. You almost got that first
I'm
time.
just bad.
I'm not
I
gonna
would
deny.
disagree with that statement, but you and I had
Did
that
you
conversation
see
before.
the conditions I died in? Like
Yeah,
that
well,
is not excusable.
I'm
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 sorry.
not I'm not gonna lie. It would have been a really close race if Gravity would have been in Turtle Rock, because Blandation did have the medallion to get in, and you did not. So if Gravity, it would have been a lot closer race if that Gravity suit was in Turtle Rock.
yeah, I guess, yeah, it would have been. Blandish, I do have a question for you. When you did go to Turtle Rock, I mean, and of course, now we know that you thought it was Swamp Palace. Oh, yeah, you thought it was now I get it. So because you thought the other crystal was Swamp Palace, you thought you needed the mirror, and that's why you decide to go Turtle Rock first. Now that I'm like, why doesn't he do
Right.
Ice Palace first? You know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Okay, that totally makes sense now. Okay, so anything else anyone want to add before we close down? Because it's been a long night for all of us, I think.
Ugh, this is a 2-0x seed. Honestly, I just played it really badly. I was really frustrated when I got the mitts. Like, I played most of the seed like as if it was the only thing I needed, and they just eluded me.
Mhm.
And really, like what I should have done was I should have played within logic and seen what it got me. Because after I finished Brintstar, I felt like I wasted a ton of time, but I just didn't have that many checks
Mhm.
left that were in logic. So that's
Sure.
the play I should have made. But
Blandation,
No,
you
worked
kept
out
to
in
the
the end.
logic really good. You followed that logic really good, but if you would have realized those mints sooner, we realized you didn't realize you had the
Yeah,
mints.
I realized. Yeah, I realized you had them pretty much right away. Because, like I said, I've done that. But yeah.
oh, actually, so did people realize where the mitts had to have been
Yes.
until before I picked
Yes.
them up? Like,
Oh,
but
yeah,
but
absolutely.
but not immediately. I'm sure.
I picked it up very quickly. As soon as he menued, I looked because I've learned to look.
Okay.
So yeah, I knew right away they were there.
She realized it before I did that he had the mitts, but everybody else realized it when he went the long way into
Yeah, we
the.
realized he didn't know when he went
Oh,
the
so
long way into it.
you thought he knew that he had them for
Oh,
for like
I
most
didn't
of
know.
the time. Most of the time.
There was no way to tell whether he knew or not because
Yeah, once
you
I
know,
went the long way to
yeah.
the portal in
Yep.
Kakariko, that was the dead giveaway.
Yeah, that was the giveaway.
Oh, okay, so this is basically just
Speculation.
watching someone wander around for 2 hours, knowing where the thing they need is the whole time.
Yep. So yeah, I and before I should add, as your brackets, Blandation, you're not done. You'll get to play the winner of Dorkmaster Fleck and Old Park Gamer. So good luck to both of you moving
They're
on.
not in our group.
Oh, I'm mixing up you with Maniacals. Messer and I got Robin, Messer and Robin. You'll play the winner of those two. So good luck to both of you moving on. It's almost 2:00 in the morning. I've been commentating for 6 hours. So.
Thank you, GG's Azder. Good luck on your next one. Thank you guys for putting this together and dealing with the first race. Also, kudos to whoever noticed that there was that map glitch. I spent a long time thinking I missed something. So
yeah, well, to be fair, we were all really confused until actually I'm going to shout out Polar Bear Bunny, who actually went back and checked the VOD and saw you guys had picked up the map already.
thanks for that.
So, because the rest of us were really confused, because we saw you guys check the menu, like, and you actually even went in there with and did a menu check, saw you didn't have the map, said nope, not there. So yeah. And yeah, there was no way. You know, it was suggested in chat that it would have been a difficult decision had one of you gotten it and one of you not. But once we realized that was an issue, it just the only call to make was to replay it, and either way. So I'm glad you guys were able to stay up, but and get this race in.
Yeah. Huge thanks to you guys for staying on, like commentating, or at least like subbing in some people.
Yep.
Because it was a really long time, and like we played for so long already.
Yep.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Yeah,
Or-
I was up anyway, and I was watching, so I messaged Miss Metroid if I got on my knees and begged if I could help. I haven't done it in a while, so
Yeah, actually, I appreciate it. I've been doing more so for the Super Metroid multi-category tournament, but yeah,
I'm gonna try to help more often since
awesome. Yeah,
I
enjoyed it.
well, with being at home, I have time, so
Yeah, yep. Mhm. Yeah, all of us have time that we didn't used to have.
Ain't that the truth? But that beside the point. Congratulations to both of you. It was a fantastic race. Don't forget to follow these guys, by the way. I mean,
Absolutely, and also a big thanks to I need to give a lot of big thanks to people. So to our runners, of course, for doing this. To my original co-commentator 5D100 for sticking it out as long as he could. To Mind of Me for doing the tracking in the initial race. To you, HK112, for coming in and not making me do solo commentary for the last couple hours or so. To Razorflame, who came in and did the tracking when Mind of Me couldn't do the tracking for the rest of the race, and of course to Miss Metroid for dealing with the whole situation. And she and I both agreed that the right answer was to replay this. And thanks to her for making that really easy, because that was once we knew what was going on, I knew that had to be the answer. So definitely, and of course, again, congratulations to azder, Blandation. Good luck in your last match. And I think that's gonna be it for us because it is getting really late. So
yeah.
Thanks again, guys.
okay, so that'll end it for us since the end of really early morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.
It's morning.
Wherever you
Mind you, I woke up like 2 hours ago because I've been sleeping my days away. So to me, it's morning.
okay, yeah. See y'all at the next races.
Yep.